JoAnna's point of view. Like I told y'all on the last video, I don't know if many of you got a chance to watch it because I haven't seen my views go up. So first of all, WTF are you doing? Really, I need you guys to be watching these videos and sharing them because they're funny and I'm trying to blow up Shway. Anyway, so I want to start this episode off with another story time. I did say that I was going to make Storytime a different segment, but until, steam picks up for Storytime, it's going to be a part of my point of view. So, and then today's Storytime ties into some of the things that I want to talk to you guys about. So, here we go. Have you ever had someone that you were sleeping with that was so against using a condom that they chose to just not finish having sex? I know as I'm saying it, it sounds stupid, right? But no, that has happened to me. See, me and my ex have been separated for 6 months, over 6 months. He's been traveling and doing his job at what he does, and I know how much he likes to fuck. So I also know that he has not been celibate the last 6 months. I also know that he does not like using condoms because before now we had never used any. But before now I was like, that's my man. We were together for a while before we even had sex for the first time, so I felt like I knew the dick. But how well can you really know a dick unless you know everything about the man that it's attached to? And I did not. Still to this day, I feel like I do not know everything it is to know about this man. So when he comes back, of course I'm going to say, I remember what sex with you is like, so I know it's enjoyable. So yeah, we can do that, but put this on. And he was so aghast at the thought of putting on a condom that we had a 20-minute debate before it even started. For 20 minutes, this motherfucker is debating me on why he shouldn't use a condom until finally I said the realest shit I ever said, and he had to feel it. I said, babe, we've been separated for 6 months. I have slept with 2 people since I last slept with you. And I've slept with them multiple times, and I'm not going to lie and tell you that I protected myself all of those times. Although they were another recycled relationship, because that's what I do. To keep my numbers down, but to still keep my pleasure when I need it, I recycle exes. So I'm telling him, I have recycled 2 exes since you and I were last together. And I know how much you enjoy to fuck, so I know that you've been getting it in. With that being said, we should use these condoms because we need to protect each other until we do know exactly what we're working with. So that kind of sobered up the moment for him. He was sober. Okay, you're right, okay. So he puts it on. We're into the sex, like we're getting it in, like, and he's doing everything he can to slip this rubber out or to make it break or some shit. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, man, I don't want to take this. I mean, I know how your pussy feel good, but I'm just saying, I need. This is some bullshit. I was like, yo, respect my wishes, you know what I mean? At least I'm inviting you to the party. I'm just saying, when you come to the party, you have to wear a raincoat because we don't know if it's going to be a storm or not. And he's like, man, fuck this. And stops, takes it off, turns his back to me and goes to sleep. Nigga, you that mad that you have to use a condom that you would rather Stop what you're doing. Take it off and turn your back on the person that you were just being intimate with, because they will not let you ride their back. Nigga, what? And I found in listening to some of the conversations around my way that this is not unique. Like, this is not something that is unique to he and I. I have a acquaintance who has an ex that they broke up because of him cheating. They've never used any condoms, and he expects to just come back now that they're kicking it again and be able to still smash tastic without a rubber. But nigga, this is a way of life for you. You came into this relationship without using any condoms, and then you stepped out of the relationship. You didn't use no rubber with her either, because that's what you do. You don't use rubbers. Because niggas think that they can eye a clean motherfucker. Man, she clean. She look clean. I ain't worried about it. She don't got nothing. She look clean. AIDS doesn't have a look, you guys. It doesn't. So if you're in a relationship with somebody and you step out of that relationship, or if y'all break up and go do some more shit and then come back together, you're coming back with the baggage of whatever the fuck you done since the last time you was with that person. So in order to respect the person that you're with, you should use a fucking condom until you guys have both been to a doctor that has cleared you both and said you don't have anything. When you mention that, everybody's like, I don't got nothing, I'll go to the doctor. Never make an appointment. Never makes an appointment. They just try to finagle and work their way back into the pussy without a rubber on. It's some bullshit. And I know y'all feel it too. So hit the comments. Let me know what you think about today's story. I told you guys that today's story time tie into some of the things I like to talk about. So let's get into it. People that still don't understand cause and effect. And not just exes, but even family sometimes, that don't understand cause and effect. For example, I have a relative who I haven't spoken to in many, many months, and really don't want to at all, period. But we stopped talking because this person was doing something to me. Look, this person was taking advantage of the family ties and using those ties to take advantage of financial situations with me, and was doing it so much that it became an issue for me. So, I spoke about that once before on the show, and just like I predicted, this relative completely overreacted, just did all kind of crazy shit, right? Okay. But then 6 to 8 months later, this person wants to speak to me, and it's like, I miss you, and I would really like for us to sit down and kind of talk about and work through what happened. Well, since that disagreement happened 6 or 8 months ago, my mindset has changed to the point where I'm like, to quote the genius Toby and Weekway, stop giving CPR to dead situations. And I kind of feel like I'm 35 years old, you guys. I'll be 36 this year. I know, I look good. You can't tell. Black don't crack. It does. But anyway, but I'll be 36 this year, and I have had to allow myself to start seeing repetition and synchronicities in situations that have involved me. And I've started to see a cycle with certain members of my family where it's usually over something that I've said, and everybody's all uptight about it, and it's a problem. And then everyone shuns me, and then they start missing me and want to come back and let's kumbaya and talk about it and cry and hug and get over it. I don't want to anymore. I don't. I'm at the point where I'm like, I'm 35. And in 35 years, like I said before on previous videos, I have not been a member in good standing in my family ever. Not like this year or the past 10 years. Ever. In 35 years, I have never been a member in good standing with my whole family. And it's about non-conformity. Because I've refused to conform with their way of life and the way that they lie to cover up their shortcomings and expect for everyone around them and in that tribe to carry on the lies that they don't want to admit. So I've never been the type of person to get down with the secrecy of the family. So I've always been on the outside. And so much so that I've now gotten comfortable here. Like, my tribe consists of me and my 2 children. And if I allow you to become part of that tribe as my man, as my husband, then you should feel flattered. But anyone outside of those 2 people and myself, they're not in my inner circle, because I'm tired of trying to fight for a voice in the family that don't want to hear me. And when this relative came to me and suggested that we have a conversation to try to work through our problems, I politely declined. I said, at this point, I think we know who each other are. I think I know who you are, you know who I am. And in 35 years, we've never been able to get that to be a smooth match. We've never been able to create a bond, a lasting bond in this relationship. After 35 years, I'm like, bruh, I'm over it. I still love you. I still care about you. If I see you, I will still speak. But I will not call your phone. I will not answer the phone. I will not hold long conversation with you, because you and I are not there, and we have never been. And you have to understand the causes and effects. I didn't cause this. All I did was speak on how I was being mistreated. And instead of you taking that and saying, I can kind of see her point, so maybe I should apologize so we can move on from that. Instead of that being your next train of thought, you chose to go on the attack and do everything within your power to try to ruin me. And then 6 to 8 months later, you come back like, oh, I'm so sorry, I missed you, we need to talk. No, we don't. We don't need to talk. What we need to do, we need to both live and let live. And it's the same thing with relationships, guys. Because you can keep on trying to fix the broken wheel, but why not just get a new goddamn wheel? You can keep on patching a damn tire. You can keep patching it. Or you can just say, you know what, fuck that tire. Let me get a new fucking tire. Because this tire is giving me too many problems. It's costing me too much money. And it's giving me too much strife. Fuck this tire. That's kind of what I've done. It's like, it doesn't work. All these patches are just making it look ugly. So let's just go ahead and throw the whole thing away. And start something new. Apart. Because that's how we're best. Okay, so next subject, you guys. I'm sick and tired of spending $2.50, $3.50, $4.50, $4.50 at the most on these big bags of potato chips. Lay's, I'm looking at you. Lay's, I'm looking at you with your dog ass. You spend all this money on this big bag of chips and you like, oh, I'm gonna fuck it up. And then you open the bag and 70% of that motherfucker was air. Why is it, Lay's, that you guys sell your chips like stingy dime bags? You sell your potato chips like you sell drugs and you smoke a blunt out of every bag. Like, what's happening in the factory? Like, are you guys eating them at the same time, and then by the time it gets to the part where it closes up, you like, fuck it, just put some air in that bitch and shut it up? What's going on? Because I like my chips. I like my cheddar and sour cream. My onion and sour cream. I like my regular Lays. But if I pay you $4.50, I expect $4.50 worth of goddamn chips. You tell the workers just have one. I know you guys say you can't just have one, but if you just have one from each bag, we can still get full off of the bag. Stop being greedy, you guys. Just have one from each bag, not a handful, and then give us these many chips and this much air. Fuck y'all, I'm pissed. Like some shiesty drug dealers. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, Lace. Lay some people off that's doing that shit. Do that. Okay, y'all. So, I don't know if many of you guys have seen the documentary Not Carol. It's about a lady who had 3 children back to back. I mean back to back. They are stair-step. I think the youngest was like 5 months, and then the next one was like 18 months, and then the next one was like 2.5. Like, she had stair-step children, and her husband lived in a 1-bedroom shack, basically a storage shed that was converted into a home. So they had 1 bedroom, you know, little toilet and kitchenette, you know, and the space, my bedroom is as big as that place was that she had to live with her husband and 3 children under the age of 3. And she started exhibiting signs of postpartum psychosis very, very early on with the 2nd child. But, you know, her husband, he was Catholic. Catholics, they don't believe in birth control. So he's like, I'm sorry that you're saying, you know, ghost and all this bullshit, but I'm Catholic. So I need you to come pop that thing on this dick so I can put another baby in you. Because I gotta go to work. And I come home to release stress on you, in you, and I gotta go back and go make some more money. So basically, he was no support to her in the household. He just came home, fucked, knocked her up, went out to make money, because that's what his ideal of a husband and provider was. I make all the money so that you don't have to. I make the money to take care of us, and that's that. All the while, he's leaving her at the house by herself with 3 children under the age of 3, every day, all day. Her psychosis is slipping, and she's calling everybody. She's calling her mom, who's a school bus driver, so she wasn't able to get to the phone. She's calling friends and family, like, guys, I'm hearing voices, something's not right, I need some help, please help me, help me. No one was available to her. And when they finally got to her home, she had murdered her 3 children and had also turned the knife to herself, like she tried to kill herself. She lifted up her breast and stabbed herself right here in the chest where her heart was. She was actually trying to die. If you lift up your titty meat to stab yourself under your ribs, you want to die. That's not one of those, you know how some people, I'm gonna kill myself. No, that's not one of those. She was serious. But and the doctor said, her surgeon said that the blade actually pierced the sac that the heart is in. Like, she was close to killing herself. That in itself just shows that she's not in her right frame of mind. I mean, she had the wherewithal to know to lift up the breast so she could get a good jab, but them voices couldn't been telling her that shit. She was not all there. And watching that documentary, it made me think about something that's really uncomfortable to all mothers. Let's just be honest, it's uncomfortable to all mothers. But it's something that we really should be talking about. We have all thought about killing our kids. Point blank, period, end of discussion. Every mother has thought about killing her kids at one point in time. Now, whether you just sat down and made a plan to do it, or if you put things in motion to do it, you have been at the end of the night like, I'm so goddamn tired. These motherfuckers won't go to bed. The house is just noisy, and all you would think about, I could kill them. I could get some rest if I could. No, you might not plan it, but you've thought about it at least one time. And that's uncomfortable to talk about amongst women and mothers, because no one wants to believe that they have it in them or that they're capable of doing something so horrific. But we have all thought about killing them motherfuckers. Y'all go watch the documentary. It's really good.